Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am busy knitting another one of my little 16-inch baby cardigans. I've had a message from the lady who I'm knitting them for, and she's saying one of our great grandchildren's going to be a boy, so put that down a minute. That was the one I did knit, the first one I've knitted for her. And I did decide to put that one on the boys' side because I said if she didn't know what sex the babies were when she asked me, that I would do too with the buttons on the girls' side and two with them on the boys' side, so they can sort out which they wanted. So that's the little 18, not 18, it's 16-inch one I've just finished, that one there. So I'll be able to sort those out when I get the rest done. So I've asked her if she wants me to do a blue one with a known it's a little boy. So anyway, I'll put that down. And I have one or two other sweaters and cardigans and things I've been knitting. I've had them on Etsy for quite some time, but nobody seems to have taken any notice of them, so I'm going to take them off because you only get 4 months on Etsy, and then you have to pay again to show them. I think I've already paid, I think it's up to 20 pence now each time you show a one. And I don't like having to pay over and over again, so I'm going to put them on eBay to see what luck I have on there, because eBay you only pay the once. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to sell something, you only pay that money. I'm not sure, I think it's a bit more than 20 pence, but I don't mind. You know, it's depending how long it's going to take, because sometimes you sell something pretty quick and other times you don't. So I'm just showing you what I've got, what I'm going to put up on there. And one is this little, it's a little peachy. I'll have to work out the exact sizes, make sure I've got the measurement right, but I think this is a 19-inch because I put this little 18-inch one up in front of it and 16-inch in front of it. And it is slightly bigger. Trying to get them both together so that they hang down the right. It is slightly bigger, so I would say it's a 19-inch, that one. Or an 18-inch, maybe more like an 18-inch. So that's the little peachy one. The little blackberry pattern one, which that's going up onto eBay. That one. Put that little white one down there out of the way. And then I have a little, this is the basket stitch. This is the same as the this little one here. I'm just putting this up against this one as well, because I think this is probably a 19-inch as well. Yes, I think this will probably be about a 19-inch. Yes, the peach one will be an 18-inch, I think, and this one looks like about a 19-inch because it does look a little bit bigger. So that's a little V-necked in the basket stitch sweater, the same stitch as the white one. So I'm putting that up as well. And some of these things had already come off Etsy because they had expired, and you just take them off when they expire until you pay for to put them back up again. Now I won't pay a second time if they don't sell the first time I put them on eBay. And then I have this one. This is another blackberry one. I'm not sure of this one. I think it's about a 22-inch. 22 to 24. I think it is a quite a wide one. It's a two colour. I've done the blackberry stitch in the two colours. So that's a sweater, and it has a roll neck. It's not a normal cast off neck. I've done a roll neck, so there's plenty stretch in the neck for getting it over the child's head. I'll have to do one or two more like that. I think it's easier to get over the heads. So I think that one's a 22. I can't remember, you know, I'll have to measure them. And this one here, this was the brown Aran cardigan I did. Now, this was the one I'd done the pattern. This is off a pattern. And it is very similar to the ones I do, but this pattern, the pattern for this one starts at 26, so I had to work out the smaller sizes for myself, and I changed the appearance of the cables, and instead of moss stitch I did the Irish moss stitch and that. But this one, when I put it up on Etsy, there was a fault on it, which I showed on the, it was on the side here, the here, with knitting the dark colours at the time. I couldn't really see, before I got that neckline off Funny, I couldn't really see what I was doing when I was doing knitting, and I must have started doing knit one, purl one, and I must have changed and went a purl over a knit. And then I did it again further up where it must have changed it back again. And so there was like two lines, a line going across there and a line going across there. And I put that on the, when I put it up on Etsy, I did put a thing in for the, to show them the fault on it. But I didn't like that, so I have sat this morning and I've unpicked it because the neck is joined in the middle there. So I unpicked it from the neck and took it down to where the fault was, and I've knitted it up again, and it's perfect now. Everything is the way it's supposed to be on it, so I'm putting that one up as well. Maybe that was why it never sold, because it had a fault on. I don't know, but those are going up onto eBay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little cardigans and sweaters that I have, that's going up on eBay. I'll be putting them up later on, and when I put the coasters that I got off Emma, I'll be putting them up as well. But I've got to sort them out, sort all hers out first, and see, and put that one up there. I'll pick my knitting up again, get a bit more of this done. And I went to my bingo last night, and I won one line, £5. So me and my friend got £2.50 between us. At least it practically paid for our drink, so wasn't too bad. We were quite a number of times waiting for one number, and it's really annoying that when every single number comes out, but all around that number you're waiting for. I think one of the numbers I was waiting for was 21. I think 20 come out, 22 come out, and every other number in the 20s except me. That was for probably a couple of £100, I think. But we can't be lucky every time. And the little pink set I did, the little Aran set I did for a newborn baby, the Aran pattern, wasn't an Aran wool, it was an Aran pattern. I knit that for, he was a Facebook friend of mine, who has been a friend on Facebook for years. And he always has a little bit chatting that on Facebook, and we used to do a monthly group with a lot of Facebook friends. We used to meet up once a month. This was before the COVID thing started, and the lockdown, and it sort of fizzled out since then. It's never happened since. But he was going to come to one of our meetings one time and couldn't manage it for some reason. I can't remember, but he said he always wanted to meet me. Well, he did meet me this morning because he came to pick up the little set. And at first, when I told him, I was just going to post it to him, because he does live in Redcar. And when I told him, he said, "Oh, it's okay, I'll pick it up, I'll come and pick it up." He says, "Because I do want to meet you, Sheila." I says, "David," I says, "that's a long way to come, all the way from Redcar up to Newcastle." And he says, "It's all right." He says, "My sister lives up there." He says, "I'm visiting her." So he's like, "I'm making 2 journeys." So we met him the day, and we had a lovely chat. We could have chatted for a long time, but he didn't tell me until we'd been chatting for about 15 minutes in the house that his wife and his grandson was in the car outside. And that was the second time he had to call at my house that day. I had my Alexa on playing music, and I must have had it a little bit too loud, because I got a message from him later on, and he said that he couldn't get an answer, but he'll call later on. After he's been to his sister's, he'll call later on. And that was about a couple of minutes before I got that message, I was doing something upstairs in the bedroom and I seen this car outside my house. And I wondered myself and seeing, I wonder who, because it was parked outside my house. I said, oh, I wonder who that is. But nobody got in or out, so I didn't think anything of it. And when apparently it was him. I never heard him. I was playing my music. You know, there was one or two particular songs started playing with Elvis Presley, and I'm a big Elvis Presley fan. So I turned the sound up on my Alexa, didn't I? And he must have been knocking then when that was on. I never heard him, but as soon as I seen the message, I messaged back and told him, I see that I was in, and I must have had my music too loud and never heard him knocking, so he turned around and came back up again. It wasn't too far, he was only a few minutes out of his time, but we were chatting away, and you know, when I was going to make him a cup of tea and all, and he, oh, I cannot stop, he says, me wife and my grandson's in the car. This was about 15 minutes after we'd been started chatting. I says, you should have brought them in with you. He's out in the car. So the little pink cardigan and hat is gone away now. That's for his, I'm not sure he said whether it was his granddaughter or his great-granddaughter, or his granddaughter, for what, a grandchild or a great-grandchild, I'm not absolutely certain. Today I'm going to carry on with my knitting. I've got 3 more little cardigans to do, and then the pouch for Emma's mum. And I have just been to the post box. I've had the mandala that Pat wanted to buy off me. I've been going to post it for about the last 2 days. Every time I went out of the house, I forgot to pick that parcel up to put in the, I can just put it in the post box because it's like a large letter size. And I kept meaning to pick it up and put it in the post office on my way out, into the post box whenever I went out. The same last night, I was going to put it in the post box last night when I went out. I forgot all about it, and so I'm going to have to walk up to that post box. So it'll be on its way to you, Pat. I don't know how long it'll take because it's got a second-class stamp on it. And they pick the post up, I think the post box at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, so you might get it Monday, I'm not certain. Oh, and something, I put this little cardigan that I've just finished knitting here. I've put a video up on my other channel, Sheila's Just Knitting, just explaining how I work out my patterns and how I work out how many stitches I need and how many stitches I need for the sleeves and all that. And I've put a little video up on my other channel, Sheila's Just Knitting, showing you how I work out my stitches and everything and how I work out what I'm going to do, because it's another one that is my own pattern. So if anybody's interested in finding out how to work out their own patterns, give it a look. And anyway, that's it. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.